Hello everyone, my name is Shelby Arquello and today I'll be presenting on artificial intelligence and machine learning for opportunities, trends, and challenges for business. So let's begin with some background. So artificial intelligence has been around as an idea since the 1950s when Alan Turing proposed the idea of machines thinking like humans. However, progress was slow due to limited computing power and data, leading to what researchers call AI winters in the 1970s and the 1980s. And then in the 1990s, machine learning, which allows computers to learn patterns from, data, started gaining real traction thanks to, better hardware and more data. So then you fast forward to the 2010s, and we saw that deep learning, a powerful subset of machine learning, explode with the arrival of big data and advanced graphics processing units. So, today, artificial intelligence is one of the most transformative forces across industries from healthcare all the way to finance, and it continues to evolve rapidly. So let's define these terms very clearly. So artificial intelligence or AI, it refers to any system that can perform tasks requiring human-like intelligence such as reasoning, learning, perception, or language understanding. Now, machine learning, that is a subset of AI that uses algorithms to learn from data without being explicitly programmed with each specific task. So, in short, you can think of AI as the broader umbrella, while machine learning is one of the most common ways to build AI today. So, what makes AI and machine learning possible? So, there are several few components. First, data, which is the fuel for machine learning models. Secondly, algorithms like decision trees or neural networks, which usually identify like patterns in the data. Third, the models themselves, which store the learned patterns. Then, next, the training process, where models get better with more data and feedback. And then finally, specialized hardware, such as GPUs and TPUs, which generally speed up complex calculations. So, together, these pieces enable intelligent systems to work in real time at massive scale. Next, we're going to go on to the different types of machine learning. So, machine learning comes in different flavors. The first is supervised learning. This is where data is labeled and the model tries to predict outcomes based on those labels. Then, next is unsupervised learning. And what that is where data is not labeled and the algorithm discovers hidden patterns on its own. Next, there's also reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is, which is inspired by how animals learn from rewards and punishment. And then finally, we have a very popular branch, which is deep learning. Deep learning is usually used with artificial neural networks with many layers to analyze complex data like images and speech. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk over real world applications. So let's talk about how this shows up, in the real world. First, we're going to go over finance. So in finance, machine learning helps detect fraud and automate risk assessments. For example, JP Morgan Chase uses AI to scan billions of transactions for anomalies. In healthcare, AI models can read medical images to detect cancer faster than some radiologists. And in retail and e commerce, Amazon and Netflix use machine learning to recommend products and show based on user behavior. which we probably, all can kind of relate to. I know myself, I definitely shop on Amazon very frequently, and I watch Netflix very frequently, and I can actually see, these portraying as well. Next is customer service. So customer service is being transformed with AI powered chatbots like, IBM, Watson Assistant, which can really help handle thousands of queries per minute. This is, going to change a lot of our customer service tasks, how quickly it's being handled, how quickly we're able to get a response back, really just helping, overall the customers. And manufacturing companies, they use AI as predictive maintenance. So it's powered by machine learning, but it helps reduce downtime and really just save cost. Next, we're going to talk about the key providers. So there are many players leading this revolution. First, like we all, I'm sure, have heard of, is OpenAI. OpenAI is well known for its language models like, ChatGPT, and image models like DAL-E. The next is going to be Google's DeepMind. This is built by AlphaGo, which beat the world champion at the game of Go, and AlphaFold, which predicts protein structures. Next is Amazon. They have a full suite of machine learning services through AWS. And the next is Microsoft integrates machine learning into Azure. And IBM, they continue to help develop Watson for enterprise customers. Lastly, we're going to talk about Meta. Meta, they also develop AI for content moderation and generative models like LLAMA. So, next, we're going to talk about future trends and opportunities. So, you're probably thinking, what about the future? AI is becoming more democratized, meaning even small businesses can come across these tools through cloud platforms. Things like generative AI, such as ChatGPT, they're really reshaping, creative industries by, generating text, code, images, and videos on demand. So the push for explainable AI will really help businesses understand how AI systems make decisions, which is really, really critical for trust. Other growing areas I think would, include AI at the edge, meaning closer to like devices, which would help faster responses, personalized medicine, where, treatments are really tailored to each patient based on, AI predictions. Overall, I believe, the future of business will see even more collaboration between humans and intelligent systems, what many call, augmented intelligence. So there are, of course, challenges and risks, just like everything else. There are, also serious challenges. One of the biases that, I'd like to go over is the training data that reflects unfair stereotypes. The model will as well. So another is the risk of job displacement as automation takes over routine tasks. It's not going to it's going to give a disadvantage, and it's going to we're going to have to risk jobs due to AI. Another is security concern. Since adversarial attacks can fool models into making wrong decisions. And finally, the regulation and ethics, they're major issues. There are issues because it's helping protect user privacy to avoid harmful uses of AI. So society has a lot of a work through. For example, facial recognition has been criticized for misidentifying minority groups, which really just raises a big ethical and legal concern. So, in summary, I like to, kind of just summarize everything. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are really just transforming nearly every industry by, automating tasks, delivering insights, creating new products. Businesses have, enormous opportunity to use these tools. but they must also address challenges like fairness, transparency, and security. Ultimately, responsible AI will be a critical pillar of future business success. And that will end my presentation. Thank you very much. These are the references.